Hello friends, I'm Paul. Welcome to my hobby channel. I've got a couple of hours this afternoon free, so I thought I'll paint a few models. And a few people on the comments have asked when I'm going to paint the veterans that I unboxed just recently. So I decided that I've only got 10 of them, so I'm going to quickly paint them up this afternoon. So we're going to start off dry brushing the all the armor, all the metal. Don't seem to have too much on the brush there. You can see that it's just a ratty old brush as well. So I don't use any of my good brushes, and when I say good brushes, I mean my cheap brushes for dry brushing. I do have some good sable brushes, but I find that for army painting, for speed and probably some rough work like dry brushing like this, the synthetics work fine. And this is a very old synthetic brush here. It's got probably not many hairs left on it, but it does a good job. We'll have to have a minute's silence. The old synthetic dry brush didn't survive. I had to retire it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to paint dark brown, and we're going to paint dark brown on all the flesh areas, which is not too much on these models. So the reason why we're painting dark brown is we're going to layer up into lighter flesh colors. So I'm going to put a base down of dark brown. So I'm going to put it over the face, the hands and the legs. And I think while I'm there, I'm also going to use the same dark brown to do all the wood areas, and then I will highlight them up in different shades. So the wood will look different to the flesh because I'll use flesh colors to highlight up, and with the wood I'll just use a lighter brown color, so I won't so they'll easily be able to distinguish. So I'll just paint all the dark brown across the model now, and then we'll move on to the next step. Red's the only base color left to paint, and then we can highlight all these colors up. So I'm just going to paint the shields red and the tunics. So with all the colors, I'm trying to leave some of the black showing through, so that will be the natural shadow colors, or the black. So it means that I don't have to paint or do a wash over the top. So I'm just going to go through and paint all the red on the models, and then I'll show you before I highlight them. Okay, using a light brown, I'm going to go in and highlight the all the flesh. So I've still left a bit of the dark brown and even black in some of the recesses. So I'm going to go and paint the rest of the skin, and then I will do a lighter brown or a light flesh color just to pick out the cheeks and the chin and the nose. It's really hard for me to see the the face without using a magnifying glass. I'm afraid that my old eyes can't see very well. I'm going to use an orange to highlight the red. If you mix red and white, you'll get a pink. So I just use orange. So I'm just picking out a few of the high points. Not sure if it shows up there on the camera. We can do a couple of high points and along the edges. I think it shows up there. And on the actual shields where there's a bit of damage, what we're going to do is paint the bottom edge of the damage with a little bit of orange. And that's basically the sun reflecting off that bottom edge. Okay, I'm going to have a look at that under the magnifying glass. I can't quite see it. But you get the idea. I'm going to go around and paint, highlight all the red, and especially along the edges. So along this bottom edge here, where there's a hole in the shield, I'll highlight that orange as well. I've done 99% of the models now. All I'm going to do now, just to finish them off, is to dry brush a bit of brown on their shields, just as a bit of like wear or campaign dust. Well, that's a bit excessive. Well done. Oh, didn't even see it. So yeah, just in the bottom part of the shields, just dry brush a bit of brown just on the top part, just to show that they've been on campaign. Before I glue them down onto their bases, I just wanted to mention something about the leader here. So on his face, I painted the like all the steel a gunmetal color, and so on his face I've come in and I've highlighted it in silver, just so that's a little bit brighter than the rest of the metal around his body. And just on the very peak and on his nose I've put a little dab of white. I'm not sure if it shows up there in the camera, but that's just so that it highlights his face, and hopefully that the eye is drawn to his face rather than the rest of him. Yeah. This was an afternoon well spent. The 10 veterans are finished and based up. Really like the way they've turned out. Hopefully you like it as well and you get something out of it. On the base there I put a Celtic shield, and I've freehand a Celtic pattern with a bit of blood. It's a bit rough. My freehand's not the best. I'm not a fantastic painter by any means, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you got something out of it. I did enjoy painting them, and they didn't take too long. If you liked this video, could you please hit subscribe and the like button, and hopefully I'll see you in my next hobby video. Until then, happy gaming.